Alright, so I'm going to come with another strategy here for when our unknown is in our divisor like this. So again, I've got 3/6 divided by an unknown over 5 equals 5/12. Now before, I started straight with my keep, flip, change strategy, and so I'm going to do that again for my second strategy here. So we had the strategy of fact families, and then we're going to have the strategy of starting with keep, flip, change, right? So just going to jump right into it and keep my first one. I'm going to flip my second fraction, so switch that numerator with the denominator, and I'm going to change my sign. Now again, this should equal 5/12. And like I did before, I think it's really a lot easier to look at if I start by really writing them together. So I've got 6 times an unknown equals 5/12. This one's a little bit trickier to look at this way. I can still eliminate these 5s, but that doesn't help me a whole lot because I still have 3 over 6 times my box equals 1 over 12. Because remember, this becomes a 1, so 3 times 1 is 3. And this becomes a 1, so I've got 1/12. So when I cross those numbers out that are the same on both sides, they just become a 1. And there's 2 ways I can look at this. One way I can go and try and say, well, how did I get from here to here? And how did I get from here to here? Because I know to get from this 1 to this, I'm multiplying by 3. So from here to here, I should be multiplying by 3. So from 1 to 3, I did 1 times 3, and I got 3. So I'm doing 12 times 3. I know from before that that's 36. So I'm trying to get 6 times my box to equal 36. And that's pretty easy. I know that it's 6, right? Another thing that you could do, if you're at this 3 times 6 times unknown, equaling 1 over 12, is I can say, well, can I take 6 from both of these numbers? Well, I know that this is the same as 1 over 6 times 2 because 12 equals 6 times 2. So if I just cross this middle one out and I look at these, I'm going to rewrite that down here so we can see this a little bit better. 6 times unknown, 1 over 6 times 2. So just like when I crossed out at the top, I can cross out in the bottom now. And I can say 3 over an unknown equals 1 over 2. Again, I know that I did times 3. So multiplying times 3, 1 times 3 got me 3, 2 times 3 gets me 6. So both these methods worked, but it's whatever you feel most comfortable with. Maybe this is too much for you and you just want to stick to the fact family, or maybe the fact family didn't make sense and this is what makes sense for you. So it's up to you. Do what you find best as your strategy for solving for an unknown in division of fractions.